Sukihana and Kill Bill, okay? They meet with the pastor, honey, okay? The pastor who her mother recommended that they see for marriage counseling because they still plan on getting married, honey. Okay, girl. So they meet, and let's just start off with the fact that Sukihana has this like really tight, stretchy, boobs up, thighs hanging all over the couch. Like, what the fuck is really going on, bitch? Why would you wear something like that? So the pastor asked her, you know, what made you lose trust? And she said, oh, he be going to the massage parlors. I said, oh my God. She said, and he be eating his dick every day. Like, what the hell? Why are you telling the pastor all of this? Like, okay, the massage parlor, that was a bit of a stretch to tell him that. But on top of that, to be his dick, like, you don't be telling that type of business. Like, and what, you just was trying to make him look fucked up. That's all I could think of. He was like, what? Like, he wasn't even embarrassed. He was just like, so blown that the bitch even brought out her mouth to the pastor. Hey everybody, it's your girl Sassy Shantice. I'm coming back with another video. Yes, honey, back with another one, girl. Y'all, did y'all get into this episode 8 of Love and Hip Hop Miami, honey? Please tell me y'all did. I hope y'all watching because y'all, this is my favorite season of this show. Like, this show has been giving me my life. Yes, with Sheila and Ace Hood, you know, Sukihana and Kill Bill, who else? Everybody has just been giving me my life, except for Nori and his wife. I don't care for them. I think the storyline is stupid, and I also think that they just, like, really need a storyline, so they made this shit up, like, to try to act like something is going on in their life. I just think it's dumb and it's irritating. But, y'all, let's move on, okay, honey? So, the episode starts off with Sukihana in her kitchen. I think it's her kitchen. And her friends are there, and Isaiah, her cousin, honey. You know, the one who's supposed to be helping her with opening up her store, who was like, I worked at Popeyes, Target, all these other places. Him. He's there, you know. But anyway, yeah, he's there, and then the friends are there. And she's just saying they came to talk and, you know, see what's going on as far as her court date, what's been going on with Kill Bill, but mainly about her court date. That's what it looks like because everybody is there and they're seeming, you know, just kind of like on edge a little bit because everybody's uncertain of what went on as far as the court date. The lawyer calls and they go into one of her rooms. I think it looks like a living room, y'all, and I am loving her furniture because, and I will put a picture up. I think I have a picture, I'm not sure, but yeah, her living room is so pretty, and I don't know if y'all know, but my favorite color is purple, and when I saw her furniture, y'all, it gave me life and a bunch of ideas in my head, you hear me? So yeah, I'm loving Sukihana's furniture, and yes, it's so fucking pretty. But anyway, the lawyer calls and he's like, look, a year in jail and a battery charge. You know, she ain't really feeling it. Her face was looking kind of like stuck, afraid a little bit. But she was like, yeah, she gonna fight for her freedom because the thing about it is somebody came onto her property. The bitch that she for came onto her property and she had to fight her. She basically saying, you know, in defense. It was a defense thing. So she had to defend herself. Yeah, I don't know if her lawyer used that as far as her defense, you know, but, and this is the best he can get, but a year in jail and a battery charge, that just doesn't say, because she was like, oh yeah, my lawyer is the best lawyer in Miami, one of the best lawyers in Miami. And I'm just like, okay, girl, he should have got you off of that unless, you know, you have other charges, prior charges, and probably she does. Knowing Sukihana, I'm not here to judge people, but the way that she, you know, portrays herself, you would think that she probably has been locked up before, so maybe she has additional charges, or like I said, prior charges, and yeah, they're looking at that as well. Because if this is your, like, first offense, like, you shouldn't be getting, like, a year, like, off the break for somebody fighting you and you having to fight them back because they came on your property. It just, that's weird to me. But anyway, she also is in her confessional talking about Kill Bill and, you know, how the engagement is going. And she's basically saying that the engagement is rocky right now because, you know, some of the problems that they have. Y'all know in the last episode, and that's what they did. They flashed back to the last episode, VH1, of how they was like, just like arguing back and forth. Ho this, bitch that. You're not going to be talking to me. You're being very disrespectful. You're not going to be talking to me anyway. Just all these hoes, bitches. The way that they fight is like cutthroat, honey. And you just can't be going into a marriage like that. So I'm glad that she's aware of that, and he is too. And they did seek marriage counseling on this episode. So yeah, kudos to y'all, girl. But the thing I wasn't with is the fact that Sukihana said that her mother, when she called her about the situation, because she called her about that situation when she put him out of her car, when she put Kill Bill out the car, and her mother just, the advice that she gave her was kind of fucked up. You know, not even kind of, but it was fucked up. She told Sukihana that she had to teach her husband how to treat her. You know, that's what she had to do in her marriage. Her mother had to do. And so basically you're telling Sukihana that you can get into a relationship with somebody and Even if they treat you bad, you just need to help him learn how to treat you. So now we got to get into a relationship where you're instructing a motherfucker to help them on how to treat you. Like, it just, that's crazy to me. And, you know, I just don't understand how somebody could tell their daughter that, because a man should treat you nice because he wants to treat you nice and because he likes you and loves you a lot. Like, that should just come internally for him. I don't know what type of background she has, but she has to think that she has to deal with this type of shit. But nobody has to deal with that. Like, you don't have to have a man come in your life and then however he is, you got to form him into this motherfucker that needs to learn how to treat you. Like, I'm not working that fucking hard. I don't even work that fucking hard for people in my family. You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. If we don't fuck with each other, let's go our separate ways. But I'm not going to take that's family. But I'm not going to take a person off the street, have them come into my life, how they are, try to teach them and try to make them learn how I need to be treated. Because then what? They've earned my love? Like, oh, that's messy. And I just wouldn't be giving my daughter that type of advice. Like, he needs to come into the relationship knowing how to treat you. On top of that, like, you got to look at motherfucker's background. How is his mother? Like, what is the relationship with that? Like, does he treat her nice? Does he have respect for her? Like, what type of arguments do they be getting into? You know what I'm saying? Does he ever raise his hand at her? You know, and then sometimes too, you got to also look at the relationships that he's expressing, because they will, that he's had in the past. Like, you got to see how a person is, because 9 times out of 10, people are who they are, and they not about no whole bunch of change. Because even if you did change him for the most part, let's just say, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you change him for the most part. He gonna revert back to who the fuck he was eventually, because it's embedded in him. It's who he is, you know? And as far as I'm concerned, you're also making him uncomfortable. So if I have to sit in the fact that you are being how I want you to be and not genuine behind it, it ain't no point in us being together. Like, I can't do that. I don't know what the fuck that she's instilling her daughter that she needs to go through to keep a man, but that's just not it. Like, I just would have to be manless if I had to do some shit like that. So y'all, Trick is in the studio with his son, okay? And despite, you know, Trick, okay, girl, because I don't like talking about people, but some shit is evident, honey. Despite Trick, this little boy is handsome. Y'all see, I'm gonna put a picture up. He's really cute. And I was glad for him. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, girl. Okay, honey. Anyway, so he's in the studio and he is doing his little rap thing. He wants to be a rapper. And Trick is expressing that he put a lot into his son wanting to be a rapper. So he's here for it. He's invested money. He's in the studio with him. He's doing all types of stuff with his son to, you know, further his career. So Nori walks in and Trick is inviting him there to listen to his son's rap. And so he's telling both of them, look, I told my kids, you know, basically they could be anything but a rapper. You know, basically he's saying he don't want his kids to be no rappers, because he was expressing that he lost a lot of time with being there when his kids were being raised, you know, and he know how his career went, and he's not trying to have his kids sacrifice him the way he did. He said he just realized that the past 6 holidays he was able to be there, you know, because all these other years he just wasn't there for his kids, you know. And then he goes on to say that he wants to, you know, have another baby right now. And I'm just thinking to myself, what? Ain't you like you probably 50. You might even be 50, because I'm 44 and you look like you probably 52 or something like that. Like, I don't know, but I just, for myself personally, wouldn't be trying to have no damn kids at this age. And yeah, we'll see how his wife heard it when he asked her, because yes, honey, that's stupid. So they basically just talking about the sacrifices they made to Jaden, you know. So Trick starts telling him, look, yeah, nah, these little rappers now, they just want to get a beat off of YouTube and think they're going to blow up. They don't know the hard work that it takes to actually become gold or platinum, you know. And he was saying how, you know, you really had to, like, walk up and buy their CD. Like, but now they got all this other stuff all over social media where it's easier to, you know, make a song and put it out and everybody hear it. So Nori is telling them that he's going to try to convince his wife to have another baby because he missed out on a lot of stuff with their kids. And I'm just like, okay. And then Trick asked him, he was like, so what you think? Like, Trick was about to start, like, digging into shit about it. That's not going to be easy. You know, you not even, like, helping out and taking care of the ones that you got right now. So why would you even want to do something like that? You know, you're not even caring about the pressure and the amount of time that you're going to be putting on your wife with this new juice bar that she has. But even Trick was looking at him, and Trick was starting to say something, and he cut him off. He was, like, basically telling Trick, like, look, I just lost a lot of time with my kids, and I want it back. You know, I want to be there to change the diapers. I want to be there to feed the... Okay, girl. Go study for your license. You know what I'm saying? Do that for me. Go study for your license and help drive these kids around. Pick a motherfucker up from football or baseball practice, whatever your wife was asking you, because yeah, focus on that, boo, because what you're doing is creating more problems, trying to create more problems, and I hope that girl ain't stupid. So Trick starts to tell them that he's going to be performing at the weigh-in for the Floyd Mayweather fight when he's fighting Logan Paul. I think that's his name, Logan Paul. And yeah, he's going to be doing like a little performance. So we'll see how that go later, y'all. But it was funny. And yeah, that wasn't giving, honey, okay? Because it was all these like bougie people around, like white people. It was some black people, but it was just people. It wasn't the time for it. Like, this is not the day and age in that area for what Trick was doing. He was doing their song, and everybody wasn't feeling it. They was just like sitting there looking at him like he was crazy. Nobody was pumped up, you know, and people wasn't popping and twerking and all this stuff. Like, it just wasn't it. And Trick looked like he was embarrassed talking about it on the elevator later on, you know, after the performance. He was just like, you know, okay, that just wasn't the type of crowd, you know. But yeah, it did not go good, honey. So y'all, Trina, okay, honey? Trina passes out. Okay, and my heart goes out for her when she went through that, because I've had health situations and health scares, and that's nothing to play with. Like, I know I go on this girl a lot of times about what she be wearing, or you know how she be going off on people, but yeah, y'all, none of that was in my head when I heard what happened, you know, to her, because that's fucked up. She was on the elevator, and she said she just started getting real hot and she felt close in. That's the last thing she remembered. She was going there to meet Raymond for some type of spa day. They was going to chill and have a spa day. They said she rode the elevator all the way up. They pulled her off the elevator. When they took her off the elevator and put her on the couch, that's when she woke up. So she was passed out for all of that time. And like, I'm like, damn, that is so messed up and very scary to be doing something that all of a sudden you wake up somewhere else and you don't even know how you got there and what happened before. And everybody's telling you what went on and you have no recollection of it. Like, that is scary. I cannot imagine how that feels. And yeah, my heart went out for her with that. Her and Raymond are sitting there talking, and he's like, you just don't know the severity of what happened, because she's still acting like, you know, I just need to get some rest, an IV in my arm, you know, I probably need some fluids, I'm probably dehydrated. And yeah, I still got to do this, because she got a versus battle coming up with Eve. And, you know, I saw that battle. It was really, really good. You can't really compare the two. I just think that they both like that. And yeah, it was just a nice show. So she's telling Raymond, you know, I still have to do that. And I got other things I have to do. So I can't really sit down and stop and take a rest break. That's why we're doing this now. They're there for a spa day. And he's really like sitting there looking kind of like he has a smirk on his face, but he looks scared. You know, and he's trying to tell her, look, I want you to watch out for your nutrition, and I think you should have rest. You know, you really need some rest. And at this point, I think that, too, she's overworking herself. Like, Joy has said that, and now your boyfriend, Raymond, your fiance, Raymond, has said that. So I really think you should listen to what they're saying, because sometimes when we're doing certain things, other people from the outside are looking in, and yeah, you're doing too much, and they're telling you right, you know? So I think she should really listen to Raymond and her cousin Joy, because at this point, it's a lot of stuff that could go wrong when you have stress. You know, stress and fatigue and tiredness and exhaustion, that could kill you all in itself, and she really needs to listen to that. Trina ain't even trying here. She tells him she got stuff to do and she ain't not about to stop. You know, surviving and striving, that's what she about. That's what she said, surviving and striving. And you know, you just gotta keep pushing. And I'm like, damn, so you just gonna keep pushing until you pass out, fall out, and die? I know for me, y'all, like when I'm tired, like for real, I won't even come on here, because I'm not gonna wear myself out, you know. Now I know it's, you know, they have a different life than me and they are famous, so the demands are like really there and other people around them. The show has to go on regardless, and that's why I'm glad I'm not in that type of life. But yeah, y'all, when I have stress or I'm tired or I'm overexhausted because I've been at work or anything that I might be going through in my life, I just don't come on here, y'all. And that's just the fuck it, because I'm not gonna be coming on here talking to some camera and being all fake when I don't feel good, you know, or I'm really, really tired. So yeah, I get my rest, y'all, and y'all need to, because stress will kill you, you know. And that's just not one thing. Like I say, I do exercise and I make sure I eat the right food. Sometimes I eat bad, but at the same time, you gotta regulate your stress levels. And yeah, I'm just not gonna let nothing overwork me. I'm not gonna be arguing with a motherfucker. I'm not gonna be like keeping all this hatred inside and like having all this animosity and stuff. Like, I am done with all that shit, and I just want a healthy life and clean. You hear me? Because yeah, ain't nothing gonna kill me before I see my goddamn grandkids. You hear me, girl? So Sheila and Ace Hood, honey, okay? Here we go, girl. Hey, Sheila, girl. Ace starts off, he's in his confessional saying, yeah, he know how she went out of town for that little bit of time, but if she had a problem, then she could have came to him and talked to him about it, because you have to learn how to express your feelings, honey. Really? You got to learn how to express your feelings? I said, oh, okay, girl. Because right when you said that, my thoughts came to mind. I was like, really? And VH1 showed it right when I was thinking it. But she just did try to show you her feelings. They took it back to when they was at that garden and she was telling him exactly how she felt. So what part didn't you get? Like I said in my last video, she told you everything that was going on and how she felt and what needed to change. But you wanted to de-mic yourself, and get an attitude somehow you ain't have time for it. So why are you saying that right now she needs to express her feelings and that she shouldn't have just left when she tried to express her feelings at the time and you didn't want to hear it? Okay, girl, this is what happened when people don't listen. And that's exactly what I said, girl. If you are in a relationship where you keep on talking, and this motherfucker ain't here, or this bitch ain't hearing shit that you saying, you need to roll, because it's not going to work. You're not going to get what you need out the person because they don't want to hear it, honey. They don't want to hear it. So she left. And that woke Ace up, and that's what's supposed to happen. If you leave, you got to think about that too. Like, okay, this person ain't listening to me, so if I was up and leave, would they even try to run after me? Would they come and be like, okay, would they listen then? Would they say, you know what, let me go ahead and listen to what the fuck this person trying to say? Would they listen then? Because if you can say to yourself, no, they still ain't going to listen, they still going to be gone, then what the fuck are you there for? You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually said, you know what, let me go back, figure out what went on, and he wants to have a conversation. Okay, so let's have the conversation, honey, now that we're clear, okay? So they start talking, and Ace is telling her how, I just feel like when the cameras come on, then, you a little different. And then she like, well, I feel like when the cameras come on that you turn into Ace Hood, basically the rapper, this hardcore person, and you're not Antoine, my husband. She said he gets serious and trying to act like a dude, and she just not used to that. And the person that she married, I'm thinking, was soft to her, nice to her. He still had that little, hard exterior. But, the person she's saying is in the camera, that's just not something that Sheila would take, because sometimes certain things he be saying or doing, she be taking. And she'll laugh off, like even again, like when they was in that garden, the botanical garden, she was laughing off when he was trying to curry her every now and then, and you could see it. But I was like, damn, something is going on right there. She is really trying to like laugh off how he's been, because she's not used to that. Like you can see, y'all can see, I look at everything, y'all, and I told y'all, I look into everything. I might play a lot and it seems like I ain't paying attention to this stuff, but I saw that and I can see what she's talking about. He brushed stuff off when she was talking, like stuff that she would say, he act like he wasn't fucking with it. Are you going to be strong enough to handle the shit that she was just like looking as if it wasn't normal the way he was coming at her. So I totally understand what she was saying. But Ace Hood said a lot, and really right now, I actually wrote it down because I really wanted you guys to know what he said, because I think a lot of guys feel this way. It's really, really intriguing what he said, and that's what I like about him and Sheila. They are able to relate their feelings and what they feel, y'all. So this is what Ace Hood said to her about the disagreement that they had. So he basically said he was processing the situation emotionally different. He said he felt sad inside and he felt like he didn't have the capacity to be able to understand her, and he was not capable of being in something like this. Y'all, wow. So basically, y'all, I'm just going to run down what he meant, because I was like, damn, I really got what he said. He was saying, basically, you know what? And she was like, it's okay. We're from different places, But basically what Ace was saying, like, dang, when she was telling him all this stuff, okay, you doing this, you're not doing this, you doing this, he felt like a little bit of anxiety, like, oh my God, and I'm going to be able to fix this stuff? Am I going to even be able to be in this relationship? Because do I even know how to be in a marriage? Like, what needs to happen? Like, this is kind of scary for me, because I don't know what to do, or am I going to know what to do? So he basically felt attacked and put off guard, and I understand that, because a lot of times, y'all, as women, we keep saying, oh, we want this, we want this, we want this, we want this. And, the man is sitting back like, damn, okay, what should I do? Where should I start? Do I even know how to do it? Okay, is that something I have in me to give? Like, so we're asking them a lot. And sometimes people don't even come from all of that what you're asking for, you know? And that's what Sheila was like. Sheila was like, look, we come from different places. You don't come from that. Like, he can't express his feelings. He already said that to his mother, you know, about her, that she didn't allow them to express their feelings. They get smacked in the mouth. Like, there is no crying. There is no expressing how you feel. So if you're not expressing how you feel, we all know there's no fixing anything. There's no change, you know? So all of this stuff that he's supposed to be working through with his wife, it can't get fixed because he doesn't know how to fix it. All he can do now is sit back, reevaluate the situation, take it in what she's saying, because like I said on my last video, we don't do that sometimes because we don't feel like hearing shit. We get offended off the break. Now you cannot even listen to what the person is saying. So if we sit back, listen to what a motherfucker is saying and stop taking it so offensively, we can take it in, say, okay, admit what's going on, admit that you might be part of the problem, even if you're not, and then maybe you can try to like break down some of the problem and then go in and try to fix something. But if you keep having this wall up saying, no, it's not me, oh, I ain't do that, or what you say, I don't even want to talk about it, you're blocking the other person out, and eventually they're going to turn the other way and walk off. And at this point, like Sheila, it was nothing left to do but leave. It's nothing else to do but leave. Like, they cannot keep saying, a person who cares about this. So like she said, this dynamic is not going to continue. And if it keeps continuing, I really need to think about what I'm in and do something about it. Because if you respect yourself in any type of way, then you should not be in a situation where a person is not listening to you and nothing is getting fixed. So that's what Sheila's at with it. He understands what went on. I'm so glad that he was in touch with himself. He could bring that to his wife to say, hey, baby, I don't even really know where to start because I feel like I don't know what to do, you know, then I think they'll be okay. And that's what Sheila was like, look, I think we love each other enough to break down these issues and handle it. Nori and his wife, we're not going to touch on that really because it's just annoying. The whole situation is very childish. It's immature. The way that he acts, he don't help out with the kids. Neri, his wife, you know, she's always complaining about the same shit, but she's not doing nothing about it. Like I said, even with Sheila and Ace Hood, do something about it. Like, don't keep sitting there taking this shit off of him. Neri, because this is dumb. Like, he's not even proud that you got the juice bar up. He still wanting you to be with the kids and all this stuff and asking you for another kid. Like, all this shit is dumb. I'm not even going to get into my notes about what that part of the episode, because it's just dumb and it's annoying and it's stupid. Like, so, but she did say that she had to think about he needs to get his license or something and try to help out driving the kids around before she even think about, you know, all of that, having another baby. But yeah, y'all moving on, because it's a stupid storyline, and I'm starting to think that they just made this up just to be on this show. Like, I don't know what's going on with this, but this is the dumbest. This is like when reality TV first started out, somebody's storylines, and this is just dumb. Like, moving on. So Bobby Lights is at a restaurant. He's about to meet Joy there, Trina's cousin. And he calls Trina because Joy hasn't arrived yet. So Trina's like, you know, she has some shows coming up. She got some stuff coming up. And Bobby Lights is like, look, it's your 6th show. You need to not overwork yourself. You know, make sure you're taking care of yourself. So Joy finally arrives, and Bobby is telling her how Trina fell out in the elevator. She fainted, and Joy is like, okay, she didn't even tell me that, you know. And Bobby's like, look, yeah, and she acting like it didn't even happen. Like, and Joy is basically like, look, that's how she is. You know, ever since we was little, like, Trina's always been the strong one. She's always made like she can handle and take everything, so I'm not surprised. So Bobby starts to reveal how his father, Trina's uncle, has been in jail for a number of years for so many different things, non-violent things, and he eventually ended up getting life, so he'll be there for life. And Trina does not like this side of the family because Trina's father is Bobby's father's brother, right? So they're brothers, and yeah, Trina just don't fuck with that side because he wasn't there for Trina, and Bobby Light's father wasn't there for her. So basically, their fathers are some shit, okay? Like we be discussing on here. I hate that type of shit when parents are some shit. Anyway, and yeah, Bobby is saying how he hasn't even talked to the motherfucker since he was 7. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Oh, okay, girl, moving on. So Snoop, Trina's brother, texts Bobby to tell him that they may be able to get his father out of jail, honey. I'm like, oh shit. Bobby was like, what? Like, he was with it, but he wasn't. Like, he's torn because the motherfucker ain't been there. And you could totally understand that. Bobby is afraid to, you know, help with getting his father out because, for one, he doesn't know how he feel about it because the nigga wasn't there for him. And then Trina hates that side, like I said, and she definitely wouldn't support him helping his father to get out. So, but Joy said it right, like, nah, you can't worry about Trina. That's your father. That's you and his relationship. That has nothing to do with Trina. So do what you need to do for you. So Bobby meets up with Snoop, Trina's brother, at some type of pool hole. Like, game type of thing. And he's telling Bobby that people are being let out if they have nonviolent offenses, which his father doesn't have nonviolent offenses. And Bobby's just like, okay, what you want me to do about it? What you telling me this for? So Bobby's in his confessional saying how Snoop basically came to him because his mother, Bobby's mother's not going to do it. She don't have the money to do it. And their whole side, they just don't have money to do it. And Bobby's the one who's been supporting people with the money. So that's why he came to him about it. He knows that he could probably be the one to get him out of jail. As far as a lawyer, getting a lawyer. Nobody else can afford a lawyer. I said, okay, honey, here we go, girl. Okay, honey, because you never know when you need a motherfucker. Y'all see that shit? You're out there not taking care of your goddamn child, and you never know when you're going to need somebody. Now look at him. The one person that you ignored. Snoop took Bobby over to the bar park that they was at, and he showed him his father record, and his record started from, I think it was 1992, 95 or something like that. Bobby is getting pissed off. He like, what? I was 2 when you did this. Damn, I was 5 when you did this. Okay, I was 6 and 7 when you did this. You can't tell me that you was out trying to make a living for us because you was doing all of this. I don't even want to hear it. And so Snoop was sitting up there making excuses. We don't really know that. What did you mean by we don't really know that, Snoop? Because it's right here in black and white that he did it. And it ain't no way that all this stuff, it could be wrong. Like, come on now. I just felt like Snoop was trying to take of him, and he should have just like left it alone right then and there and let Bobby express himself. So Bobby just tells him, look, I would like to bring closure to the relationship and everything, but I would like to feel appreciated. And then he starts busting out crying, y'all, because I guess a lot of people has used Bobby in the past, or he's done stuff for people, and they just haven't appreciated, you know? So he started crying really bad, saying how he's tired of feeling not appreciated, unappreciated. And he's basically saying, why should he even do it? Because he feels so much resentment because his life was so hard. Like, why am I having to deal with this right now? And all I can say to you, Bobby, is that relax, relate, and release, and think about it. Yeah, great job that you made on the decision at the end. Okay, girl? So Bobby's talking about in his confessional that his father wrote him a letter and his aunt has it. So yeah, he was going to go over her house and he's going to read the letter, and then that'll determine his decision. So I think that that's fair, you know? But he did say to Snoop, and I won't be forced to do it either. You know what I'm saying? Because it does seem like Snoop is like forcing him, you know, to do it. So I was just looking at that like, yeah, Bobby, make sure that you're doing it for the reasons why you want to do it and not for somebody else. So Bobby arrives at his aunt's house to read the letter, you know, and he just reveals, and I'm just like, okay, girl. He says that he needs to hear his father say that he fucked up. And I'm just like, damn, honey, don't wait on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't show up with that type of mindset because you never know what's going to happen, and just prepare yourself, you know. But it ended up being fine. The letter basically stated that, you know, telling Bobby, you know, he doesn't understand who he was in the past. As far as I took it as him being gay, you know, and his father didn't accept it. But he was saying how his father said in the letter that he read some type of verse or something in the Bible, and that it said that, you know, we aren't our kids and our kids aren't us. So just meaning that, yeah, even though I'm not gay, you might be gay. That's your reality is what I got from it. And that he didn't have to hide anything from his father, you know. And so that really warmed Bobby's heart, and Bobby started crying, you know, because I can't even imagine if I was gay and I had to hide it from my parents or somebody, and how that would make me feel. Because I would feel like probably I'm not accepted. So with his father saying that I understand now that we're not alike, but I do accept you. I know that was a lot for Bobby to take in, and all that he wanted to hear, you know, as far as being gay. Now, the other stuff, as far as him not being there for him and everything, he really didn't touch on that. His father goes to say he wants to have communication with him, and he does love him. So that's all Bobby needed to hear was, look, I got your back, son. I understand that you're gay, and yeah, I love you, and I want to support you in the way that you lead your life, and let's communicate. And that's what Bobby needs to hear. Bobby went on and said, you know what, I'm going to do it. You know, now, I don't know, honey, okay? For me personally, and to me, all of a sudden, your motives are questionable. You know what I mean? Because before you needing to get out, you know, and there was a possibility that you could get out, did you really give a fuck? You know? So he didn't question that, and he didn't revisit any of that. He just took what he could get. And if I was him, I would too. Like, I probably wouldn't look into that either, but, you know, that's just me. And I know it ran across his mind because Bobby Lice is a very smart guy. But yeah, I guess when you're that hurt and you do get something that you need, in return from that parent, then you just go for that, So I can understand, but I do still question his motives, honey. And I know deep down in the back of Bobby's mind, he does too. But most important, he doesn't want to live with the fact that he actually could have helped his father and he didn't, And that's where I would have just went on and did it too, because money is money. You know what I'm saying? So if you holding on to a piece of money that you got that could possibly help somebody regardless, you know what I'm saying? Just do it, because at the end of the day, that money is going to come and go, and you did your part. You did what you supposed to do. You did the right thing in life for somebody, especially your parent, even though your parent was some shit. You did the right thing, and you don't have anything hanging over your head, even if this motherfucker turned on you later, or even if he didn't, you did what you had to do, and you can step out of the situation and say, you know what, I did what I needed to do as a person and as a human being, because on top of that, you would want somebody to do it for you. So kudos to you, Bob. Okay, last but not least, y'all, Sukihana and Kill Bill, okay? They meet with the pastor, honey, okay? The pastor who her mother recommended that they see for marriage counseling because they still plan on getting married, honey. Okay, girl. So they meet, and let's just start off with the fact that Sukihana has this, really tight, stretchy, boobs up, thighs hanging all over the couch. What the fuck is really going on, bitch? Why would you wear something like that to see a pastor? Why would you even wear something like that to a marriage counselor? The first impression is everything, and that's just not something that I would have worn. It's just, you want to make you a nice, wholesome woman. You want to make you respect yourself. That did not look like you respect yourself at all, and I was questioning it. What your motivation was to wear it for? Was you wanting the pastor to look at you? Was you wanting to keep up your image for your man? Which one was it? Because that just wasn't smart to wear. I was just like, what the fuck? It was just this real tight, light green neon dress. The titties was pumped up, up her chin. When she had her leg over, the thigh was coming all out, right at the pastor. Anyway, and you wanting to take you seriously with the shit you gotta say out your mouth to complain about your soon-to-be husband, girl, you're not gonna be taken seriously. Anyway, the pastor lets them know that he's been doing this thing for 32 years. I'm like, oh, okay, girl. So Sukihana and Kill Bill starts to say, individually, how they love God, they put their trust in God, they follow and walk in God's path and faith and everything else. But then everything goes to the left, okay? The pastor asked Kill Bill, what do you like about Sukihana? What do you love about her? She says she's gentle, she's loving, and she gonna just bust him out right there and just cut him off. Yeah, but you saying all that, but you was calling me all types of hoes in the car. I'm like, what? All types? Are you talking about the argument that y'all just had? Or did y'all have another different argument because y'all got on different clothes? I was like, oh my God, they do that all the time. They must do it. And they have to do it all the time because it was so smoothly done when they were doing it, honey. It didn't seem too shocked. It just seemed embarrassed, but yeah, this is what we do. Kill Bill seemed embarrassed, but it seemed yeah, this is what we do. But I can't believe you doing it on camera, bitch. The pastor said, well, that is totally inappropriate. And that's a problem. So then all of a sudden, Sukihana something, yeah, excuse me, Your Honor. What, Your Honor? Then Kill Bill bust her ass out. It was you just called the pastor Your Honor. And then Sukihana all dumb gonna say, that's what I call the pastor. I call him that and Your Honor. And look at you, you just the king of vocabulary. Sounding all ignorant. And he just looked like, okay, girl. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Kill Bill, this is what you deal with. So then she proceeds to tell the pastor that everybody in the streets was telling her that Kill Bill was dangerous and that she didn't need to be dealing with her, even her family. She was like, no, she's still going to deal with him because she loved him and she wasn't afraid. The pastor asked her, because I guess they did a lot of editing and stuff, so the pastor asked her, what made you lose trust? And she said, oh, he be going to the massage parlors. I said, oh my God. She said, and he be in his dick every day. What the hell? Why are you telling the pastor all of this? Okay, the massage parlor, that was a bit of a stretch to tell him that. But on top of that, to be his dick, you don't be telling that type of business. And what, you just was trying to make him look fucked up. That's all I could think of. He was like, what? He wasn't even embarrassed. He was just so blown that the bitch even brought out her mouth to the pastor. So she told something, yes, he does. Yes, he does. He said he going there to massage parlor because his back hurt. I said, oh my God, they get to laughing about it and everything. Y'all, they crazy. So she just started going off. The pastor sitting there looking I'm like, go ahead, pastor. 32 years, you said you gonna fix it, honey. He gets up and he look, I'm going to get some holy water because we got to sprinkle some holy water around here. This is just getting crazy. He was just shocked. The pastor just told him, she said, look, y'all both have been hurt. I can see that. and y'all basically need to get some healing. And the only way y'all gonna get healing is if y'all get past all of this arguing stuff and just let it go. Sukihana's like, look, I'm always gonna stick up for myself. That's what women in my family do. You know, we don't let no man run over us. He told the bitch, he said, look, you look like you bitter, basically. You know, bitterness will destroy you quicker than the other person. Oh Lord, I said, okay, girl. And ain't that shit true, y'all? Keep on sitting around all mad at somebody and thinking that you hurting them because you doing certain things. That motherfucker ain't even thinking about you. I'm up in my life. You know what I'm saying? You can be mad at me all you want. I don't give a damn, and it's gonna hurt you harder than it hurt me. And that's basically what he's saying. You can be mad at somebody for so long, let that shit go. It doesn't even matter because it's only gonna hurt you and your insides, honey. Let it go. Kill Bill said he don't think they should get married. They not ready to get married. And she's talking about, I didn't even never want to marry him anyway. Like, what the fuck are you there for? Like, why are we even here? So the pastor just prays over them, God, and asked God to keep them together, you know. And obviously, you know, God was like, you know, no, that don't need to go together. And they broke up, you know, because that's what needs to happen. Like, they both need fresh starts. I do believe that. Because the way that they're going is like too much. And y'all can't even argue on a mature level. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I just think that they are not the two to be together. I do believe that now. So yeah, moving on, honey. So yeah, that is all for this video, y'all. If y'all like this video, please hit like. If you haven't subscribed, thanks for coming over. Subscribe, sis. We slay over here. Okay, I review wigs, I review TV shows, and I review clothes. And I have costumes coming up. So y'all, I have 3 really cute costumes that I have coming up from Fashion Nova. They're really sexy. And one of them, I've been wanting to be this for so long, you know. So yeah, that's coming up probably sometime this week. And yeah, Love and Hip Hop again, and Iconic People. So yeah, that is all for this video. I will see you ladies and gents later. Bye.